Sorry if it sounds stupid, but what is the difference between shade and shadow? Thanks. What is the difference between shade and shadow? Well, shadow is not usually used as an uncountable noun. Uncountable noun is a noun you can't really count very easily. And that would be something like love and hope and time, right? This sort of thing. Shadow specifically is something that the sun makes on the ground, where one area is darker because it's blocking the sun. But if a tree is doing that, then we would describe that as a shadow. A shadow. One shadow. If there are many of those, one is cast by a tree, one is cast by a building, one is cast by a rabbit, then those are shadows. So if you see, for example, the name of a TV show, We Live in the Shadows, I think it's called. Shadows is plural. It's countable. Shadows. You can count it. Shade is uncountable. There is a way to count it, but a different meaning. Shade is a concept, an idea. It is a similar thing. It's the sun is blocking something, or the sun is rather being blocked by something, it can't get through, and so it's not as bright there. But we don't usually count that. So we're standing in it, the general thing. Let's move into the shade. Can we sit in the shade? And you can use it as a verb. You can say to shade your eyes. You can say that too, right? So shade, uncountable, something that you would maybe want to move into to get out of the sun. And shadows, things that you're looking at, there's a shadow, my shadow, her shadow, their shadow, as a way to say that thing over there has one of those, usually. Or there are a bunch of those over there. Again, they're really just talking about the same thing. Something is blocking the sun. But we're talking about it in two different ways because we need to do that. It's helpful to be able to talk about that kind of thing in two different ways, right? You're in my shade. Or no. You're in my... Diogenes was a kind of philosopher, and he was called a cynic. And there was a story of Alexander the Great coming to see him, and he asked Alexander the Great to get out of the way because he was standing in his sun and he was casting a shadow onto him. But he used, I think, the word shade. I guess he didn't use that word, but we would have translated it as shade. I think the English language translation is shade. There is the feeling of wanting to be or not wanting to be blocked or have something blocking the sun so that it's not in your eyes. Anyway, it's a great question. Thanks a lot. Chamalo. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.